Wow, I did not think I was going to be making a video so soon on something that's just turned up. Let's have a look at what's arrived. This morning I had a delivery, and in this box is the Rhino from VPForce. Can you believe it? It got here from Lithuania, or at least that's the postage point where it got first sent from Walmus. It got here within like 5 days, 4 days, over the weekend. That guy's a legend. Honestly, this is amazing. Force feedback joystick. Whew, man, I can't believe it's here. I've been waiting almost a year for this. I'm number, I think I'm number 539. We'll know when we unbox it because it's got a little plaque on the side of it. This is just an incredible piece of hardware for anyone into their flight simulators, simulators in general. This is the holy trinity. We've had force feedback steering wheels forever. We've had motion rigs for quite some time now, actually. They're getting cheaper. Force feedback joysticks. The last one was really the Microsoft force feedback Sidewinder. Man, that thing was like, that was like 20 years ago, wasn't it? And then it just fizzled out. And then finally, some people on the internet have started putting some serious weight behind it. There's some DIY plans out there for making this. There's some other types out there as well, from machined billet aluminium and bits and pieces like that. But this one here, the software, the reviews, everyone online absolutely raves about this. The support from Walmus at VPForce is second to none. I just can't explain how incredible his communication was, how quickly he responds back to messages, and even the fact that you can check where you are in the queue from the Discord channel. And I feel so privileged to have received this joystick. I'm going to stop flapping my gums. Let's get this thing on the bench. I swear this is not an unboxing channel, but we've got to unbox this together and experience the VPForce Rhino. All right, we're on the bench. Holy crap. Let's get into it. Man, I can't believe it. So for those that aren't sure, this is actually not the joystick. This is actually the base, the force feedback base. You need to put a joystick on it, but it's compatible with Thrustmaster's Warthog. I think it's even compatible with WinWing. VKB, I've got the adapter so that it'll fit that. Also, gosh, what's the other one? Virpil, yeah, it'll fit that as well. Again, need adapters for those. I think there's one that might work natively. Anyway, doesn't matter. So what do we got here? A box inside a box by the feels of things. So yeah, let's get this box out. Man, here she is. I just can't believe it. Whew. Oh, this is just insane. I haven't even started adjusting the rig yet for it to fit. I have 3D printed some parts for it, and I'll show you those. I'm running the VKB Gunfighter Mark III. So I've got the adapter for that. Okay, so first piece, this is the Monster Tech mounting plate. I wasn't sure if I'd need this, but it's worth having these pieces just in the event you need some options for mounting. So I figured, you know, for the cost of it, I might as well buy it, and it can always go in my box of spare parts. But that is a nice, solid, thick, that's a real nice thick gauge bit of steel. My thinking is I can bolt that to the rig somehow facing out this way, and then obviously the VPForce can go on top. Whether or not I need to support that underneath, don't know yet, we'll see. But I brought some profile in from the shed, and we'll have a tinker. I like that they're countersunk as well. What do we got here? Are they countersunk? That's okay. Oh, they look like they're the ones actually for the VPForce itself, so that's nice. Anyway, let's put those to the side. I just can't believe it's here. Oh boy. What have we got inside here? This really is becoming an unboxing video, isn't it? All right, USB cable. Got a million of those. We have here, this is the VKB adapter for my Gunfighter Mark III. It's It's pretty clear on the site, but there has been a new Gunfighter Mark IV that's been released. There's some additional smarts in it, but from what I can tell, it's also got a change in the mounting type. Some of these parts are 3D printed, but I am totally okay with that. I love 3D printing. The best bit with that too is that if something breaks, you can mock something up yourself, but that is a beautiful adapter. Wow. I'm not sure if Walmus has created that himself or he's collaborated with VK. Oh, it's even got VP in there. This is nice. This is a nice quality piece of gear, and you can see there the pin type. It's got a 3-pin connector. That'll go to the black box if you're running the VKB. Connects straight in. Wow, that's nice. We'll step that to the side. That feels like the power brick. That's awesome. I wasn't sure if it would come with a power brick, being from another country, but it has. So it might have stated that on there somewhere. I just didn't. Oh, look at this. He's even sent it with an AU plug. I mean, that is just fantastic. Wow, I don't have to go out and buy anything. It's good to go. Pretty hefty power brick there. So yeah, these motors are running some reasonable force by the looks of things. Okay, styrofoam. Here it is. Here it is. I can't believe it's here. Oh my goodness. All right. Keep these out. Get rid of that. Wow. This is just a thing of beauty. Packed really well, got to say. This is nice, and it's hopped through so many countries. It's gone Czech Republic, Singapore, Dubai. Not really putting those in the correct order, but it's France. I love looking at the tracking. It's bounced all the way through the world and then arrived to me in Australia. If you haven't picked up from my twanging accent already, that is where I'm from. Remove before flight. Would you have a look at this beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment? Oh, wow. Now, it's a bit notchy, but it's the software that does the magic. And it removes that notchiness, obviously, from the belt drive and the way that all works. And I've watched some videos on this, and it's incredible. That's where I say the software really defines this. Anyone knows that hardware is really useless unless the software is written well, the support is good, and it can do the job properly. And I love it. There's constant updates from Walmus, and the work that he's put into this is pretty extensive. So let's get it out of that bubble wrap. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the plaque. What am I? I am number. Can we see that? I think we can on camera. I'm number 559 in the world to get the OG VPForce Rhino. As I say, there's DIYs of this, but I am the 559th person in the world to actually get an original VPForce. I feel pretty lucky and very privileged. Look at that 3D printed gears there. I love it. It's just incredible, isn't it? That cog 3D printed is just a work of art. And again, if anything on this breaks, I can actually get online and 3D print it. Walmus and some of the other DIYs out there have actually released plans to build this whole entire thing. All you need to buy off Walmus is the motors and the circuit board, and then the rest is go for it. And some of the DIYs are incredible. I love that Walmus from VPForce also encourages people to 3D print and create their own DIY in the absence of having to wait on the waiting list, which I think currently is at about Yeah, it's about a year, depending on where you jump on. Mine cycled through pretty quick. I think it wasn't actually quite a year. People drop off. They become impatient, life changes, or they just go in a different direction. So be patient if you're not brave enough to build one yourself. I kind of wish that I had, but I may build one just for the heck of exploring that and getting into it. But here it is. So let's have a look at the way these cogs work. So we can see there that as we turn on its axis, wow, that is beautiful. This, I think it might be pleather, could be real leather. I don't think so, but who knows? But that feels quality. It is just all really, really well built. This is beautiful. All right, let's get this sticker off here. Quality bit of gear. So we've got the emergency stop button. That's all pretty standard stuff. I just can't see myself ever needing that. I've never really needed the emergency stop buttons on any of my equipment, but maybe it'll spack out and want to kill me. And this here, I believe, is the gain control, force feedback. So you can dial that on the fly if you're not getting enough feedback, or if you just want to dial it back a little bit. So I like that you've got that granular control over the device. It's got inbuilt cooling. People talk about this overheating and stuff like that, but I've watched some really good reviews on it, and I think anyone who's talking about it overheating is potentially using it incorrectly, or they don't have one. So I've watched a couple of reviews now with people that have extensively tested this, and overheating is just not a problem. I'm running air conditioning in my room as well, so I just don't see that being an issue with this at all. Beautiful piece of equipment. All right, so I've also 3D printed a few bits and pieces in preparation for this day. I've actually got my flight stick off the rig already. These are the belt covers. Look, I don't know, they're not absolutely critical. This would work fine without it. I think I just like the way that it's going to finish this off. So that one's just going to pop over there. Let's just rock this onto its back. Which side, and let's just have a look how that's going to marry up there. Yeah, that's great. And then this here, this is actually what goes on top of this adapter here. So if we jump in and have a look at the actual, don't worry about that being Virpil. I just bought the Virpil covers because they're a nice quality bit of kit. I don't think VKB does anything like that. So this 3D print that I got basically requires you to have already one of these extensions. You've got to butcher it. So a couple of screws there, pop that out. Screw there, pop that out. There's a cable that runs through the center of this. And then we retrofit these parts into this 3D print here. I'll put some links in the description to these various bits and pieces that I've 3D printed, and also to Walmus's Discord and the website where you can get on the waiting list and purchase all those bits and pieces. And then this here will connect onto the top of that on top of there, and then you've got your joystick. And you can have this function. There's two different prints of this, so you can either have it going that way as well, depending on which way you're going to mount this base. The base can be mounted either way. Emergency stop away from you, emergency stop close to you. Doesn't matter. In the software, I'm assuming you can then obviously tune the axis. So there we go. There we go. The unboxing of the VPForce. This is not an unboxing channel, but it would have been a real shame to have missed out on taking everyone for a ride on pulling that thing out of that box, having a look at what's arrived. The quality of it is incredible. Other reviewers that I've seen on YouTube that have posted about this have said the same thing. The quality is incredible. I don't know what paint is used on that, but it is absolutely beautifully presented. I can't believe how quickly it arrived. Again, it was here in about 4 days, which is just incredible. And I'm looking forward to getting that onto the rig. I'll be working through some mounting options, figuring out the best way to set that up. I'll literally be getting cracking on that immediately once I turn this camera off. And I also need to let everyone know I'm not getting sponsored for any of this stuff. I mean, my channel's got like 29 subscribers. So please like and subscribe, share this video if you've got friends and people out there that you think might benefit or just enjoy watching this. And yeah, stay tuned for the rig test with the VPForce once I've got it bolted on.